Hey everybody, it's Kendall Anise, the remix coach, and I'm back. All right, y'all. So I just want to come back. I'm talking about Johnny Gill and Ralph Tresvant's first two concert dates. The first one was in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Shout out Jersey. And the second was in Maryland. Shout out, y'all, Anne Arundel County. It was at the Maryland Live Casino Hotel in Atlantic Cities. It was at Caesar's Palace. Now, I have some corrections. If, as y'all know, when I did the review for the Atlantic City, I only had an hour to get ready. I just got back in from Jersey and I'm in Maryland. So I only had an hour to get ready to get to Maryland's. And then, Maryland's, I did the review. I finished like at almost 2 a.m. So I saw it and I made a couple of mistakes and I wanted to correct them. And you can't please everybody. Some people like the reviews long. Some people just want me to skip the backstory and get to the point. And I'm sure, everybody is different. So if you love the reviews, as some said, thank you. And if you were like, I just wanted to know, like some of the guys be like, just get it. And then some were like, no, do it. But you can't please everybody, but I'm cool with that. But I just wanted to correct some things and I wanted to just add a couple of things. So this one will be pretty quick. All right. So the first thing I want to correct is Randy is Bobby Brown. Look, I'm about to have another correction. Johnny's older brother. Johnny is the baby. And I knew that. And I think I said that Randy was the little brother. So let's clear that. All my JG fans. And hey, Randy, I've met Randy before too. He may not remember, but he is the big brother. So he was so proud. And he said he was also a fan of Johnny's, which I thought was pretty cool. And to see the two brothers interact in the Maryland show because it's the DMV area and Johnny Gill is from DC. And I'm sure his brother is still around. I'm not sure if he's in DC or Maryland. So to have them on the stage, that's the first correction. Second, someone in the comments said Ralph was like Johnny Gill's Flavor Flav. I don't agree with that. I understand what they were saying. They were like a sidekick and it was Johnny's hype man. And I can see why that would be said, right? But here's the thing. And I had this conversation with someone else online, and it might be in one of the comments of the other two. And someone said, which made a great point, and it sounds perfectly reasonable. And I think this might be the reason. So in the first two reviews, of course, we were saying that we wanted to see Ralph sing more because the bill had Ronnie. Why do I keep saying Ronnie? Probably because I did an interview with him and his wife Shamari, and I feel like I know him on another level. But Johnny and Ralph, they were top billing, right? The same level. We're going to see Johnny Gill and Ralph Tresvant. And everyone was saying, well, maybe they should have said special guests or featuring Ralph so people knew what to expect. But I don't think they wanted it like that. I honestly think that Johnny was looking out for Ralph to get his point and to be able to have equal billing, showing that he has legendary status too. And I think that's pretty dope. And someone in the comments said, Ralph said that he was still trying to get his set together, maybe not on this tour, but Ralph was not comfortable singing without his boys because he's been New Edition. This is 40 years almost. And he wasn't comfortable doing just a show by himself in that big magnitude. And that's why he was doing it with Johnny, or that's why he doesn't do a lot of shows by himself. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it does make sense. If you've been with a group for so long and now you're out there solo. See, the thing that people don't understand is Johnny Gill started out as a solo artist. Yes, he had a couple of hits with his then girlfriend, Stacey Lattisaw, Where Do We Go From Here, in Perfect Combination, but he was a solo artist first. Ralph was never a solo artist. He's always had his boys. So that could be the reason. And if it was a headlining money grab, like, hey, I want you to be a part of this, then kudos to Johnny Gill for doing that. I almost believe that. Like, I do believe that. And not even almost, I do believe that. Johnny does seem like that dude. And if you looked at him, how he supported Bobby, how he supported Ralph, on Ralph's interview, Up Close and Personal, on the All Black Network, he talks about how he was hurt that RBRM went out on tour after the New Edition story, and it was supposed to be a New Edition tour after that, and how he was hurt. And I really felt for him, like he was really vulnerable in that moment and talking about that. So I believe that, you know. So if Johnny did that just to have him out there to get his feet wet so he could start doing more solo gigs, I appreciate that. And it's not like he left off the stage and just came out. Like John, he stayed out there the whole time. So I wanted to address that. I think that he's more than a Flavor Flav, but I get what you were saying. It was so many memes and so many pictures up of Ralph posing and saying one thing he gonna do is pose. And Johnny Gill liked a lot of my posts on Instagram. He put fire signs and heart signs, and I love that. I love that he saw the original shirt that I made that said Riz and Skills, Ralph and Johnny's nicknames, that he saw that. And he saw different pictures, and I like that he saw that, because it's all love. We celebrating these fellas. I have my notes because I want to be short and quick and precise. There was still no merch. I didn't talk about that because I talked about that on the review for Atlantic City, but Maryland's review, I didn't talk about that. There was still no merch. And if I was a manager of them, you're leaving money on the table, fellas. Now, you might not need a little extra $2, $3, but your fans, your family, us, we love you guys so much. It could have been a shirt that just said Ralph. It could have been a no-frill shirt that said Johnny, and we would have paid $45 to get that. It could have said Johnny and Ralph, and we would have paid that. So I think that they left money on the table. I'm not sure why they didn't have merch, because you can't go to an RBRM concert, you can't go to a BBD concert, and you can't go to a New Edition concert without seeing merch. There's merch everywhere. They had $65 sweatshirts at the Culture Tour. They had $40, $45 t-shirts. I got a Scully hat. They had bags. They had cups. They had everything. And Johnny and Ralph's name and their legacy is big enough that we would have purchased that. So think about every tour stop and all the money that's left on the table. Think about that. Man, if I was managing them, I'd be like, look, we getting some shirts out. We getting some quality shirts. We just going to have Ralph. We just going to have Johnny get a picture up, and we selling these things. So I feel like they left money on the table. And another way I feel like they left money on the table is a meet and greet. New Edition fans love a good meet and greet. God knows I've been to plenty, okay? And I understand that it's COVID still. And Johnny, remember what I said in the interview, he wasn't touching nobody's hands. So I can get why Johnny might have said, I don't want no meet and greet, because, you know, sometimes these women don't know how to act. They hugging and humping and jumping on and all of that. Johnny was like, probably like, no, that's too much. I get it. I totally get it. But Ralph, on the other hand, he is touching the folks. So even if Ralph had one, unless they had a gang, let's say they had a whole conversation like, if you ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. But a meet and greet, because the ladies at the Maryland, and I'm sure I didn't see them in Atlantic City, but the ladies in Maryland, they was waiting outside. And one of them, name is Chanel, that's my friend that I went with. She was like, because normally he comes out. And yeah, exactly. And normally if he comes out, like one time we went to go see a New Edition, probably one, I've seen him so many times, goodness, in Baltimore. This might have been 10 years ago. We waited to the end. They was in the van and we was right there at the van. Their face was like this. We was like this. We went to the van like we was 13 and we went to the van. And so everybody was waiting to get a glimpse or to just see. Because one time Chanel got to have breakfast with them. And because they were out there and they ended up being in the same place. So people were kind of waiting because they know Ralph loves his fans. And I don't blame Johnny one moment for not wanting to be touching everybody's hand not wanting to get close because he didn't. He went through the state. He went through the crowd though, and his people were right there on him. They were making sure, but he wasn't. So I'm not sure. This is just my opinion, my speculation. I'm not sure if that's why they didn't do a meet and greet, but that money would have been left on the table. Would you say, Truth? I would have loved to meet them and get merchandise. Absolutely. And I have so much merchandise because that's like that memory. We have the memories etched in here, right? We have pictures and all of that, but sometimes that merch takes it to the next level. So I would have loved to see some merch, and I feel like that was left on the table. What else? That's all. I just wanted to clear up those things. And if something else, if you don't like something else about the videos, or I missed something, or I said something, charge it to the sleepy brain and not my heart, because it was almost 2 a.m. I couldn't get everything, and then rushing in from Atlantic City. So, but most people like it, and it's getting a lot of views. So, and people were saying they were going to see them in different areas. And I think that they will be in Indiana the 23rd. Let me get some dates. I heard that on Sirius XM today. As they played Soul of a Woman. I was like, oh, I saw him sing that live. Soul of a Woman. Come on. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can get some dates before we end. And Ralph. But how y'all doing today? You good? How your people doing? How you doing? Let me see. Tour. Let me see. Tour dates. All right, let's see. And it does say, ooh. It says Johnny Gill tickets, Johnny Gill tour dates. It doesn't say Ralph. It used to say Ralph. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. And Ralph. And Ralph, no, he's a ladies' man. Y'all can't tell. Okay. So it says all. I want you guys to see this. Let me see. It says all Johnny Gill concerts. When I Googled, you see it right there? But then it says Ralph with him at the bottom. So September 16th, Atlantic City with Ralph. Hanover, Maryland. That's where we were in Maryland on the 17th. The 23rd is in Hammond. I got to see. I think that's Indiana. Let me see. Okay, the 23rd is in a venue at a Horseshoe Casino in Hammond, in Indiana. October 15th is Smart Financial Century at Sugarland in Sugarland, Texas. November 4th is Texas Trust CU Theater in Grand Prairie, Texas. March 3rd is, oh, wait, so they go to November and then they pause for December, January, and February. And then they go to Detroit, Michigan, March 3rd, 2023. And Ralph is still on there. Okay, so maybe that's different because on October 15th in Sugarland, Texas, it says it's going to be the Titans of R&B. So maybe there are more people added. And then on November 4th in Grand Prairie, Texas, it says R&B Vibes Live with Johnny Gill. But in Indiana, this Friday, it says Johnny and Ralph. So these are definitely, these seem like, now this makes sense because it didn't say that before. Now it makes sense. So he's on certain one. So this is probably, it says Johnny Gill tickets. Okay, it's making sense. It's making sense. But wait, now it says Ralph Tresvant's tickets. So they just did it like that because now it says Ralph Tresvant's tickets. And it says, okay, he is going to be there. Okay, so he's still going to be at all of them because it says the exact same thing. I don't know why they trying to divide my brothers that way. So it says the same thing with Ralph. So he should be there all the days too. So if y'all going to see Johnny Gill, know that Ralph is there with him. If you're going to see Ralph, know that Johnny is with him. It is a dual, it is a package group. Now, you have to let me know any of those cities that I named if the setup changes. Look at my first review and the second review for the first two shows, Atlantic City and in Maryland, in Hanover, Maryland, and let me know when you see them. Does Ralph sing more? Does he have a certain segment? Is he introduced formally, or does he come out with a song perfect like he did? But nevertheless, I enjoyed Ralph and I enjoyed Johnny, and they are superstars and they gave their all in E for life. They gave their all. It was very entertaining. Everybody loved it. I haven't heard anyone say, The first one, we were like, okay, what's going on? Is it because it's the first one? Why didn't Ralph sing more? He didn't sing Do What I Gotta Do. He didn't sing You Rated R. He didn't sing. Okay, what is he going to do? But now we see how it is, and it's still entertaining. And I love the fact that once Ralph gets out there, he's out there the whole duration of the show. All right, y'all. I got so much to do, but I wanted to come on here and make those corrections. And don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my love for New Edition and all things NE. Thank you so much for watching live or the playback. Payback. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go to YouTube right now and do that. It is very important. I got stuff that I need to do, and I need to have a minimum of 1,000 followers to do that. So if you know someone that loves New Edition, definitely forward my YouTube channel to them. And all things New Edition are on the New Edition Central Reviews. So there's a playlist for that. And this will also be on reviews and news. I just went right in. I didn't even do my little intro. But thank y'all. God bless. Peace. Thanks for watching.